Greetings and welcome to another episode of Association Matters, the official PCAAE podcast for conversations on governance, leadership, and impact in the association sector. Because when associations thrive, societies rise. So we're your host. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Emily. And today we'll cover one of the topics in the association community, one of the top topics, sustainability as strategy, not just a side project. For associations, undertaking sustainability as a core strategy rather than a side project means embedding environmental, social, and governance (ESG) goals directly into their mission, operational processes, and value proposition, shifting from ad hoc initiatives such as just recycling that we all know to a more strategic approach like sustainable event certifications, ethical supply chains, and industry-wide advocacy, which enables associations to build resilience, enhance branding reputation, and deliver that long-term value to members and society at large.
So for this podcast, we're fortunate to feature an organization called Sustainability PH, a Filipino-led volunteer-driven movement dedicated to building a network of sustainability change makers, whose co-founder and chief sustainability officer is with us, Mr. Dave Jesus de Villas.
Dave is a corporate sustainability practitioner who has 22 years of experience in sustainability reporting, reputation management, and corporate social responsibility. He has worked with banks, renewable energy companies, industry conglomerates, and not-for-profit organizations. Amongst his other excellent educational qualifications, Dave has completed the Global Executive Sustainability Program in Stockholm, Sweden, awarded by the Swedish Institute.
Great bio, Dave, and thank you for being here. So let's start our conversation. Our first question is, how should associations define sustainability in their own context? What is sustainability in the context of Sustainability PH, and how did Sustainability PH start its sustainability journey?
Firstly, I'd like to say hi and good day. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Emily. Pleased to meet you. Thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast. I'd like to say hi as well to your podcast viewers. It's wonderful to be here. And your first question, Bobby, is right on the dot. So allow me to answer, what is the definition of sustainability? That's the right question to start with because the confusion around the word is actually part of the problem. Most people define sustainability too narrowly. They think trees, solar panels, recycling bins. That's not wrong, but it's incomplete. It's also about people. It's about laws that protect the weak, products that seek to serve the marginalized and underserved, systems that enable and even the core values that we adhere to. From an association perspective, sustainability at its core is about ensuring that our association or our community remains viable, valuable, and trusted, not just today, but for the long term. It's the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. Or in the association world, I'd like to reframe it as members, mission, and institutional strength.
I really like that. That was really good. Our next question is, where do you think sustainability can add real value to member services? Can you share some examples or stories around this?
Oh, yeah. So allow me to answer that question in the context of how the sustainability PH came into being, right? So probably our experience might pave the way as sort of a model for some of the associations here in the Philippines. So in our context, we founded Sustainability PH way back, not really way back, but during the lockdowns when people couldn't go out, this thing called COVID-19, the global lockdowns and the people cannot go out of their houses. So it started with that simple realization. So a few of the sustainability practitioners who are also my friends, Colleen Palaganas, Sean Pelnieto, and Maricar Baticolon, asked this question: is there a way for us to contribute to society solutions from amongst the many sustainability champions, but too often they are working alone? So we in the sustainability leaders, they're emerging everywhere. In corporations, in non-government organizations, in universities, and among young people who simply wanted to make a difference. But there was no single platform where these change makers could connect, collaborate, and grow together. And so we asked again a question: what if we could build a home for sustainability leaders in the Philippines? That question was answered when we created the Society of Sustainability Practitioners, or Sustainability PH. Today, the association is community driven with about 500 members dedicated to one mission: to champion Filipino sustainability leaders. Because sustainability is not just about protecting the planet, it's about empowering people to lead change. So what's the relevance, and how can associations today, add value, or how can sustainability add value when it comes to the association discussion, right? Allow me to tackle that in 3 points. One, member relevance. At least in the context here of the Philippines, today we are being bombarded with regulations on sustainability. The Securities and Exchange Commission has just issued mandatory reporting that covers climate impact, that covers your scope 3, meaning emissions from operations, from the fuel, from the supply chain, and all the things that are part of the business ecosystem, right? So the mandatory ESG reporting requirements are already here. How would our members, find the association useful? So there are compliance pressures, so to speak, that they are navigating, often without enough support. And that's where we come in. So, in terms also of the job market, if you look at the Philippine job advertisements, you can see that in February alone, there were about, 102 ESG related jobs were posted, with salaries ranging from 29,000 pesos to 118,000 a month. Our members need to understand this landscape. If the association isn't helping them get there, someone else will, right? And then the second point, risk intelligence. It sounds highfalutin, but it's really trying to get a feel of what could threaten my job security today, or what could threaten our sustainability endeavors. And here's something that I've seen firsthand in the financial or banking sector. ESG risk is now a boardroom conversation. Regulators are asking banks to disclose climate exposure. Supply chains are being scrutinized. Reputation is fragile. So the associations that matter are the ones members call before the crisis hits, not after. So associations can position themselves like an intelligence hub, not just your events calendar. And then third, and this is something that most of the woke generation would probably relate with, if the association can have that alignment when it comes to personal mission. I'll share something that shaped me. I grew up in a small city in the Philippines powered by renewable energy. I saw what it meant for a community to have clean, stable, and affordable power. That sense of purposive impact, real change in real communities, that's what made me choose this. No online course ever can. Belonging to something that matters. So when sustainability is genuinely embedded in your membership experience, you stop delivering services and start delivering meaning. And that's what we're trying to do in Sustainability PH.
Great insights. Sustainability, ESG reporting, others, it's not really anymore a buzzword. It is a business strategy, as our title of our podcast is. It's not a side project. It is a strategy to bring business value, not only for organizations like the business community, but also the association sector. So, Dave, for our third and final question, how do you think would membership organizations like Sustainability PH lead sustainability conversations within the association sector? You may cite stories or case studies.
Yeah, very timely. We are going to hold our signature conversation event. It's a sustainability summit. This time, we're bringing it outside of Metro Manila, meaning we're bringing the sustainability conversation in a regional center, in a city that's also starting to model sustainability. What does this mean? For us, it means that we are a standard bearer, not just a spokesperson. We don't just tell members to practice sustainability. We model it. Our programs, our governance, our events, they reflect our values. So that summit is our tee off to our signature training program called Learn to Lead Sustainability. Learn to Lead Sustainability is a 10-week immersive leadership program where every module produces a real workplace output, meaning you don't just sit down there, absorb the lessons that are being taught to you. You will work on a live case. a capstone, that we call it a capstone project, where you can now apply what you've learned during the 10 weeks. It could be part of your current project in your organization, or it could be a passion project that you want to start with your own nonprofit. So that's an example of how we provide our members with something to latch on, an anchor, if you will. So one, be a standard bearer and not just a spokesperson. We have the Sustainability Summit. We have Learn to Lead Sustainability Program. We are also honoring and recognizing change makers, especially those who are 40 years old and below. We have this program called Sustainability PH Awards, where we look for young and upcoming rising sustainability champions creating impact in 7 categories here in the Philippines. So there. Second, we create real spaces for peer learning. So the learning just doesn't stop there after the Learn to Lead Sustainability. That's why after they graduated from the course, they now become part of our community where they can continue the mentoring, the coaching, and supporting each other about their endeavors, about what they want to achieve, about simple projects. It could be about coastal cleanup, it could be about plastic recycling, it could be as big as financing a renewable energy project. So we create that space, a platform, a nurturing ground for them to continue their sustainability projects. And then third and finally, final point is use your legitimacy to influence policy. So imagine we're a growing community of sustainability practitioners coming from different sectors. We can now create that voice to help shape the policies here in the Philippines. For instance, today we're talking about low carbon bill. We are talking about nature-based reforestation. So those are the policies that will have an impact not only on the planet, on the ecosystem, but also on how might we build the capability of people, real people, living in real communities who will be affected by these policies. So, yeah, I hope I was able to answer your question, Bobby. But for
Right.
me, those are 3 examples that we are doing in Sustainability PH.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dave, for your insights. It really does seem to be a fantastic, genuine movement, one that everyone in society will gain rewards from. So, here for our viewers are 3 key takeaways to wrap up the podcast tonight. Number 1 was sustainability is institutional survival. Sustainability isn't just trees and recycling bins, even though that's the first thing that comes to our mind. For associations, it means staying relevant, trusted, and alive long term. It's about the people, the planet, and the institutional strengths. As Sustainability PH's journey shows, sustainable organisations don't wait for perfect conditions. COVID-19 was certainly not perfect, but they read into the future and they move forward towards it. Sustainability is member value. From Securities and Exchange Commission's ESG requirements to climate risk disclosures and growing ESG careers, sustainability is already reshaping the professional landscape. When sustainability is embedded in member services, you don't just deliver programs, you deliver the meaning. And the last one is sustainability is leadership in action. To lead associations must model what they preach through accessible programs, real peer learning spaces, and credible policy engagement. Governments give structure, the environment gives urgency, but people give sustainability its soul. And when people are empowered, real change becomes possible.
So excellent summation again, partner Emily. So thank you, Dave, for joining us in this Association Matters podcast where governance, leadership, and impact come together. Because we believe that when associations thrive, societies rise. The podcast is brought to you by the Philippine Council of Associations and Association Executive and by members.
Subscribe to our podcast and visit the PCAAE website for updates and full episode notes. Until next time, thank you for joining us, Dave.
Thank you.